500,000 or something of the sort, cubic meters?
No, cubic meters actually means 500 million liters a day. That is what we consume. And I'm rounding off the numbers. But
our demand is
more.
No,
we are consuming 1 million liters a day around Nairobi and the metropolitan area.
Yes.
But the production, the supply is 500. Yeah. 500,000, 500, you know, cubic meters a day. Those are the numbers, okay? 500 to a million, in terms of the supply and demand equation is not much. We are supplying only 50% of the demand of the people.
How will you meet that deficit?
We have to build new water sources. Maragua Dam, Roiro Dam, we have to make sure the wayleaf problem between Kiambu and Nairobi is resolved. That can immediately start to ease the problem. And then we have to go to Maragua Dam. Maragua Dam is a new dam. For your information, Nairobi City County owns land in the Aberdare ecosystem. Sasumua Dam, Dakaine Dam, we have land in Nyandarua Mountains that belongs to Nairobi City County. We have title deeds of land in those places to then create new water sources. But you know, and this was the vision of the forefathers. And the Nairobi Integrated Urban Master Plan is very clear that every 10 years, the city must be creating a new water source. But we are behind the curve.
I hear you.
We are behind the curve of investment. If you allow me to finish. Okay. We are behind the curve of investment when it comes to water supply. And we need to do for water supply what we have done for electricity supply nationwide.
No, but my question then becomes, because the moving or the water supply ecosystem is something that's done by the national government, and not the county government. Yes. Okay? So therefore, you are relying on another government, rather on the national government, to be able to make sure that this water is available for you. What will happen in the event that, for one reason or the other, the national government is not able to complete the projects that they've said that they want to complete?
You know, our viewers out there have seen when the county government is aligned to the national government, politically and otherwise, things happen very fast. That is why on 9th of August, the ask to the people of Nairobi is let's make sure on the ballot, it is an Azimio president and an Azimio governor in Nairobi. We are not different governments. And even if, well, whatever case, then the county governments are interdependent with the national government. We are not independent. We work together. And you're very right. The new water sources is work that we shall do with the Ministry of Water to develop. But we are, and you can imagine how urgent that task is. We cannot talk about investment in our capital city, the front porch, the heartbeat of Eastern Central Africa. We have forgotten that it needs water. So what we are saying, for me and Professor Kaloki in our manifesto, we believe in 3 utilities in Nairobi: electricity, water, and data. So those will be the 3 utilities that we shall provide.
And yet electricity is not you who supplies it.
But the electricity, we have more.
Water, your only role is to make sure that it's piped to the homes or to the various places.
And we also build the sources, and we partner. Yeah,
but still, just on that water, just so that we can move away from that question. You know, the indignity of Nairobians is shown by the bowsers that traverse the cities. That every time you see a tank having water in it, you just know that that's somebody who should be having water flowing from that tap, but they don't have that water.
Right now, we are on a water rationing program, which will continue until the new water sources are completed. New dams are built that are able to create the mismatch we talked about, where supply of water is 50% the demand of water in Nairobi. It's at half the demand that is half. That's why you see the bowsers coming through. And there's also been a heavy investment in boreholes. Like during the COVID period, I believe almost 144 boreholes were sunk in informal settlements right through Nairobi. If you look at some of the people who can afford it, everybody has been sinking boreholes. But you know, we are drilling the Nairobi aquifer and really affecting the water, the underground water system for Nairobi. Luckily, it is a city of cool waters. That's why it's called Ngare Nairobi. That's why the Maasai called it a place of cool waters. But the water problem, we will have to make do with boreholes in the short term, with specific bowser in the short term, but in the longer term, in 5 years,